If you don't give the 1/10, the 9/10 will be wasted. It will be consumed. It will be stolen from you. Abraham paid tithes. Genesis 14, 19, 20. And Abraham was blessed. And if you are Abraham's seed, do the works of Abraham. John 8, 39.
Except you don't know who Christ is to you, that is when you will be counting. Father, I give you, you give me. If I give you, you don't give me, I will not give again until the day you give me. No, you are not in a relationship. You are in a transaction. You are in a business. You are not in a relationship with God. Because if you're in a relationship with God, it's not about I give you, you give me. It is about you have given me all that I ever needed. There's nothing I can ever do that will be enough. So I keep doing my best.
An average Jewish person gives not less than 33% of his income. Go and check it. Peace offering, sin offering. By the time you put all of it together, calculatedly.
All right, guys. Once again, I want to welcome you back to church today. And here in this video, we'll be talking about the subject of tithing once again. And we have Dr. Abel Damina here, who is saying that he will never force anybody to pay tithe, and also he will never tell anybody not to pay tithe. And also we have a perspective from Bishop David Abioye concerning tithing and all that. So we are going to listen to these two men of God concerning this subject matter, the subject of tithing. And as you know, that the debate of tithing is still on, and a lot of people, a lot of pastors are giving different perspectives concerning this subject of tithing and all that. All right, guys, I want you to listen to these perspectives from Dr. Abel Damina and Bishop David Abioye.
If you don't give the 1/10, the 9/10 will be wasted. It will be consumed. It will be stolen from you. Abraham paid tithes. Genesis 14, 19, 20. And Abraham was blessed. And if you are Abraham's seed, do the works of Abraham. John 8, 39. Hebrews 7, 1 to 8. Melchizedek appeared to Abraham and he paid the tithe. Jesus was in his loins when he paid the tithe. So as it were, Jesus himself is the receiver of the tithe. Melchizedek is interpreted in Hebrews as being Jesus personified then to receive the tithe. We pay it here, but he's there in heaven to receive it. It is not the pastor that receives your tithe. It is Jesus who receives your tithe. What will pastor do with your tithe? Since we came to Goshen here, I've never entered where they are counting money because it is not my business. This is my own office. The altar here is my office. And as I minister at the altar, God takes care of me by the altar. As people are blessed, they say, oh, let's remember this pastor who has been a blessing to us. I don't have any business running after money, so who is running after your tithe? The pastor is not interested in your tithe. The church is not interested in your tithe. And for you to understand that before you came to this church has been surviving. So it is not your tithe that makes this church. Your tithe is to tie you to God. Tithe ties you to God. Those who are committed to paying their tithe are simply committing God to taking care of their destiny. Your tithe is a way of paving your way into the heart of God for a financial blessing. Jesus also validated tithing. Matthew 23, 23, he spoke about tithing. No child of God can ever walk in financial fortune without being a tither. If you are not a tither, things will be tight for you. You can't walk in financial fortune. The first American billionaire, John D. Rockefeller, was an addicted tither. I read this story. Rockefeller started work as a clerk. His pay was $2.49, and he began to pay tithe from $2.49. And as he paid this tithe, God began to enlarge him. Let's follow the ways of our fathers. Follow the way of Abraham, and you find God's blessing coming upon you. So tithing is a capital giving. It is non-negotiable. It is mandatory. It is non-negotiable. It is mandatory. Why? Malachi chapter 3 verse 10. He said, when you pay your tithe, God will open the windows of heaven. And in Isaiah chapter 60 verse 11, he said, your gate shall be open continually. So it is tithing that keeps the gate open. It is tithing that keeps the gate open. And once the gate is open, all other blessings will be coming. Every blessing that wants to come your way will be hindered except with your tithe. Your tithe is the key. When you show your tithe to heaven, when you show your tithe to your works, everything opens. There is a story of a man who had a farm, a cotton farm, and the board must open for the cotton to come out. It was due for the cotton to come out, but the cotton board was not opening. And so this man took his tithe booklet to his farm and said, but I am a tither. And as he made this declaration, the boards began to open and the cotton began to come out. If you're a farmer, you can take your tithe booklet to your farm. There is the story of one of us, a brother. Robbers came around their house and he put the tithe booklet at the door. He just dropped it at the door and went to sleep. Father, over to you. You said you would rebuke the devourer for my sake. I'm a tither. Yeah, that's it. Robbers went everywhere. They couldn't enter his house because he would rebuke the devourer for your sake. What are we saying? 1/10 is the security to 9/10. 1/10 is the security to 9/10. All this breakdown of your vehicle, a wire cut today, tire broke down tomorrow, engine knock after another. Father, I'm a tither. Enough. Satan, clear off. Satan hears your tithing.
I don't teach tithe, but I teach about the tithe. And I do not teach that Christians should pay tithe. But I'm not going to stop a Christian from giving tithe. I cannot stop a Christian from giving tithe, because tithe means tenth. If your generosity is 10%, I cannot say don't give your 10%. That is the level of your generosity or the revelation of your stinginess. Okay? That out of 100%, when you imagine the work of God and the goodness of God, the space your heart can create for God is 10%. It's a revelation of your stinginess. Because if people under the blood of goats and animals were faithfully giving 10%, then somebody under the finished work of Christ, which they without us could not be perfect, you too are struggling with them within the mire of 10%. Then it's either you're stingy or you have not yet understood anything. Because to whom much is given, much is expected. You see that? And that's the revelation of the New Testament. The revelation of the New Testament destroys self. It makes you selfless. The revelation of the New Testament brings out of you an expression of extravagant love. The same way you receive from God is the same way you release to the brethren. That's what this revelation does. That's what it does. And a lot of pastors think we're advocating stinginess, but they don't even know that they are the ones advocating stinginess. We are actually the ones advocating extravagant giving. Because how do you box Christians within the confines of 10% with the love of God shed abroad in their hearts by the Holy Ghost? How do you limit that? In Acts of the Apostles, people sold lands and houses and brought everything. Why? New Testament. Nobody paid tithe in the book of Acts. In the entire transitioning of the church, as low as they were in Revelation, with all their cross-testamental application, that is one application they never carried over. They never carried over tithing. Never. Because the first thing the love of God does to a man is that your heart is taken over. Your heart. Except you don't know what it means to be born again, except you don't know who Christ is to you, that is when you will be counting. Father, I give you, you give me. If I give you, you don't give me, I will not give again until the day you give me. No, you are not in a relationship. You are in a transaction. You are in a business. You are not in a relationship with God. Because if you're in a relationship with God, it's not about I give you, you give me. It is about you have given me all that I ever needed. There's nothing I can ever do that will be enough. So I keep doing my best in response to what you have already done for me. Are we teaching good here? Yeah. You can choose to give 10%. But do not give it according to Abraham or Moses. You didn't hear that. Do not give it according to Abraham or Moses, whether before the law or after the law or both of them. We are never told to copy or do or live like Abraham. Never. Nowhere in the Bible. In fact, Hebrews chapter 12 verse 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, including Abraham, including Moses, they are compassed about. Let us lay aside every weight and the sin that does easily beset us, and let us run the race with patience that is set before us. Look at the next verse. Looking unto Jesus. Looking there in the Greek is look away from Moses, look away from Abraham, look away from them, look unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of faith. So the writer of Hebrews says look away from Abraham, because if you look at Abraham, you will live in shadows. If you look at Abraham, you will function in shadows. Look away from shadows. Look away from types. Look at the reality, Jesus, because he is the substance of what they hoped for. He is the evidence of what they were waiting to see or what they never saw. Jesus is that reality. Jesus is that reality. Somebody said to me, Dr. Damina, I love all your teachings except that one on tithe. Except that one on tithe. I say, even that one on tithe is because you have not understood it. Because if you understand it, you will preach it more than me. Yeah, you will preach it more than me. Oh yeah, I'm telling you. There's nothing like extravagant giving in the church until you allow believers to give generously. As long as you're controlling believers with a cane, with tithe card, tithe book, tithe record, and you use it to be monitoring them like a monitoring spirit, they will trick you and play you. Because it's why your man die, why your man bury him. Somebody emphatically told me, say, Dr. Damina, I don't believe in your tithing teaching, no. But let me be honest with you, I have never been faithful in my church. After all, my pastor doesn't know my income. I just remove the one I can give because my tithes are heavy. So I just cut some because the money will be too much if I give it to our church. So I just cut a little and give it. And they are happy because it's consistent. But I know that I'm not faithful. I'm just being honest with you. I say, keep being a hypocrite. Keep being a hypocrite. Since you don't like my teaching, keep pretending for your pastor. You cannot hide it from God. Let people be free so they can serve God without guilt. Let people give. Teach them the love of God. Show them Christ. Reveal Christ to them. Let them know Christ. Leave them and Christ in relationship. Then you will see mad giving. Let the man know Christ. He will give everything. That's what happened in the book of Acts. They were giving radically. No apostle took tithe. No apostle received tithe. Jesus never received tithe. No apostle paid tithe. No apostle. None of them. And the church is built on the foundation of the apostles and prophets. Jesus himself, the cornerstone. That means what the apostles never did and what Jesus never did, we are not supposed to do. But they gave generously. Brother Paul said, you gave once and again. People were giving radically. Look at the church in Macedonia. In their deep poverty, yet the liberality of their generosity abounded. Paul said, not as we hoped, but this they did. They gave themselves to God, and to us they gave and gave everything. In the depth of poverty, people are radically giving. Why? They're in love with Christ. There's no prosperity preacher that can get people in deep poverty to give like that. It only takes the love of God in the hearts of men. Friends, I can tell you the truth of the matter. When people come face to face with Jesus, money loses value. And until you reveal Jesus to people, you can't take their money. Even if you take it, you can't go free with it because they will chase you. They will chase you. You promised us 7 things that will follow that offering. I have not seen one. I'm still waiting. It becomes a legalistic relationship. And God wants it to be free, a free relationship. We are not asked to look unto Moses. We are asked to look unto Jesus. He is the substance. I've never seen where people see Jesus and money remains a factor. Never. Look at the woman at the well. Jesus said, woman, give me water to drink. She said, what do we have in common? What do we have in common? Samaritans and Jews have nothing in common. Jesus said to her, if only you knew the gift of God, if only you knew who was talking to you, that water would lose value. If only you knew the gift of God and who it is that is asking you water, you will have given me your water and I will give you living water. You never thirst again. Then she looked at Jesus and said, are you greater than our father Abraham that gave us the well? Jesus said, okay, let me help you understand who is talking to you. You have 4 husbands. The 5th one you're hanging out with now is not even your husband. She stood up and said, no one could have told me this, only the Messiah. She gave him the well. She gave him the bucket. She gave him the water. She ran to the city. She brought the entire city and gave to him. When you see Jesus, money loses value. Look at Jesus on the horse to Jerusalem. He's riding on that donkey, and the people in the city saw Jesus on the donkey. What was the natural response? They started removing their gold, their silver, their jewelry, and they were putting it on the ground for Jesus to ride upon. What about Zacchaeus? I can go on and on for the rest of this evening. What about Zacchaeus? Zacchaeus is on a tree looking for how to see Jesus. Looking for how to see Jesus. Jesus comes to the tree. Zacchaeus, come down. Today, salvation is coming to your house. A sinner, a tax collector, that is how God functions. He gives to the sinner the gift of righteousness. He justifieth the ungodly. Salvation has come to your house. And the guy came down, short man. Jesus followed him. They went home, no conditions. No conditions, unconditional acceptance. Bible says when they sat down and they began to eat, and it dawned on Zacchaeus that this is Jesus in the house of a sinner. Zacchaeus stood up and said, to the half of my wealth, I'm ready to give out. Anybody I have cheated, I pay times 4. When you see Jesus, pastor, stop manipulating people. Show them Jesus and leave Jesus with them. He owns their heart, and where your heart is, your treasure is. Once people's hearts can be turned to the Lord, the veil of stinginess is taken away. What are you talking about? The veil of selfishness is taken away. When it shall turn to the Lord, the veil shall be taken away.
Accountability is the credibility of the minister. If people can't trust you on money, they will never trust you on any other thing. I was speaking some weeks ago. Why are people complaining and talking against tithe? The reason is very simple. Because they can't tell what the ministers are doing with the income. As believers, we are meant to even give beyond tithes. An average Jewish person gives not less than 33% of his income. Go and check it. Peace offering, sin offering. By the time you put all of it together, calculatedly, my wonderful theologians are here. They don't give less than 33%, 1/3 of their income. So what's the big deal about tithing? But people are raising their voice because they give and they can't see their leaders and pastors doing justifiable things with the resources. Today, many ministers are living lousy lives from church account. They will ask questions, especially the new generation. They are everywhere on the social media. They don't care about anybody. They don't fear anybody. So open accountability. Don't be the only one who knows the finance of the church. Don't be the only one to decide on what to buy and project to execute. Open up, open up. Have committees on finance. Who sees what comes in and what goes out? De-emphasize money. De-emphasize money. Where possible, pastor, don't be the one raising offering. Call the offering time. Now empty your pocket. Empty your pocket. The Holy Ghost is talking right now. Empty your pocket. Where are you heading for? In the church where much talk is on money, you see the attendance reducing. If you say the church has need, are they the one who brought the need to you? Are they the one who said you should do convention? They say we are behind schedule in this convention. We are 5 million behind. So please give some more. Give some more. Give some more. Why are you begging people to give? Must you have instruments to preach? When you are in ministry and the number increases, it's the people who will tell themselves, let's raise offering to buy instrument. When they can't hear you. I ask people, can you hear me? They say, no, we can't hear you. Come closer.
Wow.
Can you hear me? We can't hear you. Find solution.
All right, guys, welcome back. What do you think? So whatever you have to say, because we have been talking about tithing and all that, giving and all that. So whatever you have to say here, I believe you should relate it to the comment section. And don't forget to join us here for more videos. Make sure you like our content. Make sure you share it. And most importantly, please make sure you subscribe here and turn on that notification button to always get our update. I will see you in another video.